go on? It's Morphin Mania time. I'm Captain Logan.
And it is me.
That's Jason.
And it's not me.
And that's the Jeff. And joining me as always is DJ.
I'm here. I get pushed further back every time I get a new host, but I'm here.
You're the only one who's not doing
That's
this.
just because you're not in the same room with us.
Your only
Because
safety is the limitation of the broad width of this camera.
yeah, I'm doing a real conservative kind of like. I guess it's just because we have a small group of people here today. Where instead of like
it's a bigger
because usually
group.
I'm sorry, a bigger group. Because usually I'll go for like big, broad arm movements, and I'm like yeah. And then today I'm just like hi there, how's it going? Anyway. No, I'll get to the rabbit room in a minute, Jeff. So, everybody, thanks a lot for being here. It's good to see live folks, and it's good to see. I'm glad that everybody that showed up is alive. Anyway, thanks for being here. If you're watching live, thanks for being here after the fact. If you're doing that as well, today we are watching what is effectively the beginning of season 3. We just did the Masked Rider episodes last time with Eric, which feel a lot like tacked on season 2 episodes. It's weird that you wouldn't open your season with "and we're getting new powers," but this is, I keep describing it, is effectively the TV show's adaptation of the movie they just made that is not in continuity. So. Noodle that one, Jeff. And it'll be weird for Jeff because he's never seen the movie either. He was supposed to be here that day. We got kind of iced out. He wasn't able to make it because of weather. So Jeff has not seen the 95 movie. So he's gonna so he will have seen Ninjor. We should have grabbed Ninjor. He will have seen
I can go get it.
That's fine. Go ahead. If you want to. He will have seen Ninjor, but not Dulcea. And
he's the superior version anyway.
No, that's absolutely true. He flips around on a big rock. He's great.
It's a cloud, Cap.
No, I don't care what anybody says. It's a rock. It was the rock when I was getting. See, I keep going back and forth. Where I'm like, did I think? Where I'm like, yeah, it's like a flying horda. Where I'm like, did I think it was a cloud, but it was really a rock? Which one is it? I'm wrong every time, DJ. It doesn't matter. Shut up! It's a rock.
It's a rock.
It is.
Wait, Ninjor flies on a rock? I thought he was supposed to turn into a Megazord.
He doesn't turn into a Megazord, but
perfect in every way.
He might. Yeah. Oh no, Jeff's got Sabo. We're all in trouble. But yeah, isn't Ninja? We'll talk about this later. But isn't Ninja weird that he's a person, but he's got a battle mode, and he's named? Well, I think he's named Ninja. Like that's a Zord name. I guess it's not, but like.
It's not Zorak's girlfriend.
He should be Ninzord, DJ. That's what I'm getting at.
He has a ninja. He's half ninja, half samurai.
Oh, but
it's a samurai mode.
He still looks like a Zord guy, though. Anyway, if you're watching with us live, so this is a 4-part episode. We're gonna watch the first 2 today, the second 2 tomorrow. We're bat shooting tonight as usual. So if you're watching live, you'll be able to watch all four parts with us, but in different videos, and then we'll do some other episodes besides even later into the evening. Assuming we have time to do that. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So if you're watching live, click on the link in the description. That gets you to the rabbit room. That will allow you to watch exactly what we're seeing as we're seeing it. And if you're watching after the fact, you can't do that because of how time works. So you're going to have to go to Netflix or DVDs, however you have it. Make sure you're watching episode 4 of season 3, which is, again, deceptive because it will feel like the first episode. But it is episode 4 of season 3. It's Ninja Quest Part 1. And get ready to press play when I say now. Here we go. Can you knock that off? Mm-hmm. So we can watch this episode. Okay, here we go. So suddenly he's watching again. He's watching the episode. Everybody, please press play right now.
I'll make it so that he can't talk.
So again, we're gonna have the season 2 intro for a little bit. I don't know when it changes. DJ, is it gonna be in the middle of this 4-parter?
Probably. They don't like to give away the new Zords and stuff right away.
Yeah, cool. which is nice. We talked about that with season 2 also. Where well, they're not gonna give Zed away right away. Who are we talking about?
Those guys?
Which guys? Which guys are we talking about? Like the new 3?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they stay all the way for Zio. Well, okay, kind of. Aisha's gonna leave. and yeah, Aisha's gonna leave and she's gonna be replaced with Tanya, but that's at the end of the season, and I guess that actress just had to leave for some reason. I don't actually know the story with that.
I don't know, but apparently she just had to stay in Africa. Like,
yeah, it's
not
weird.
telling her parents or anything. She just left the country, the continent.
But yeah, I say kind of because the first thing I wanted to say is like Tanya is basically the same character, but then you can kind of say that about everybody, right? Like,
It's like anime. There's only 6 faces.
So, of course, we got some lovely beach volleyball scenes in the beginning of this.
Yeah, that's gonna be like our stand-in for the ATVs again.
Well, this is our stand-in for the skydiving. This is the second best.
Well, that's true. Yeah, for the movie. No, that's right. And I think everybody, when this came out, was comparing it.
Oh, he's got a cover.
So, Jeff, you've not been here since they got married, but they're married now.
Wow.
Rita put Zed under a love potion that he has stayed under this entire time. And at some point, I don't think we've gotten there yet, he'll just go, oh, no, I'm not under that love potion anymore, but I just happen to love you anyway. And then they move on, and it's weird because they hated each other.
It is the unloveliest meter maid I have ever seen.
The beautiful story of a slave falling in love with his master.
Yeah, which is weird because, or maybe that happens in this episode even. I'm not sure. That's weird though because, he apparently assigned her to be there to take over Earth, and she couldn't get it done.
They just called that a repulsoscope.
Yeah, sure. That's one of the cleverer things they've come up with to name things. Honestly,
60s Batman-esque.
It is. It's very 60s Batman.
Geekoid.
Ooh.
Cap, you should bring that back. You should have your minions called Geekoids.
1984 wants its insults back.
I have minions?
Well, the Logan tiers, since you're not doing the whole Doomsday Logan tier thing.
Yeah, it's true. I haven't had that in years. Yeah. Amazing you remember that, DJ. Do you still have your card?
I probably do. I have it all just in a folder somewhere. You did. Do you remember the Thanos versus Darkseid thing?
They were called Logan. DJ, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did I cut out?
No, that's Rito.
No, you seemed like you were in the middle of saying something, and then.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about the GNN that you and Vince sent me about Thanos and Darkseid.
Oh right. Yep, that's where the Doomsday thing all started. So Rita Revolto is my favorite of the minions.
Oh, I see.
He cracks me up.
Rita Revolto and Rita Repulsa.
He is Rita's sister or a brother somehow. And then when we see their dad later, he also has no resemblance to them of any kind.
Yeah, do they think in this universe that your names just have to be really similar to be siblings? Like,
yeah, but not your genetics.
Yeah, they don't even have the same last name. It's just it's got rhyming is important, DJ.
Well, you see, that's a first and a middle name. Their last name is just not being used.
Smith. Rita Revolto Smith.
So the live show we did earlier this evening on the Captain Logan show, we had some technical issues, and I was cutting out in places, and that may happen again some tonight. Somebody's already complained about it, so I apologize in advance. And DJ, the floor will be yours when that happens, buddy.
Somehow I never break out, and I have terrible AT&T Wi-Fi, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, because it's been pretty good lately, but we've been having rabbit room problems, but that's on them.
Yeah, at least we're not having rabbit problems this time.
So far, knock on wood.
Elmer Fudd is doing his job then.
DJ, I've never been a volleyball person. Never good at it.
Yeah, I've played a little bit.
Right, neither of those guys.
But I'm not a team sports guy anyway. I don't really like team sports.
DJ's a loner. This whole show has been difficult for him because other people are talking.
Yeah, I can't stand talking to this guy.
You can have it, man. I got other things to do. I'm just kidding. So, spoiler alert, but Rito has brought the Tengas in eggs. This is how we get our putties for this season. They're going to be big crows, Jeff. We got birds that we fight, so we get to hear annoying bird sounds the whole season.
Cocky.
Yeah, and about as scary, honestly.
I guess this is our first departure from the movie right out the gate. They're not made from Ivan Ooze's ooze. They're made
right, because we don't have Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, they're hatched.
So essentially, Rito has replaced Ivan Ooze, and Ninjor has replaced Dulcia.
I guess technically Master Vile would be Ooze, and he's just kind of like a henchman.
We don't have Ninjor
Master
yet,
Vile is
though.
pretty cool, but he's not Ivan Ooze cool.
Did you see? Even Tommy's still punching the ball. He's never learned how to play sports without.
He just can't figure out how to not do martial arts with any other activity he's doing. I want to see Tommy in debate club.
If I knew how to fly through the air like that, I'm sure I would have been a better volleyball player.
So this is probably the most clothing Kimberly's ever worn.
Liars with you.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
Why is she wearing sweatpants at the beach?
So are we going to get through this
That is weird.
and decide that once again 4 is way too many? Because we're padding this out with the volleyball stuff.
Yeah, I mean, how many slow-mo shots did we just see of them jumping off a trampoline?
I just don't know why we felt the need to have
Shot
4.
not count.
And 4 is a strange number because like we've had a lot of 2 and 3, and we've had 5 with Green with Evil. I don't know if we've ever had
It's
4.
Yeah.
No, this is the first 4. It's weird.
It's a very strange number. I don't know why they went this way. I don't think it has anything to do with Sentai footage this time. And
No,
there's
but
very little Sentai footage in this episode.
I do know that the Sentai always have like a 2 or 3 part opening. Like they don't get to the Zords like right away like we do. They always space out, even the powers and stuff.
Yeah. Which we started doing more later on with some of the series, where it would take like an episode maybe before we got to the Zords. Dino Thunder does that. It doesn't have Zords in the first episode, but
And Lost Galaxy is a few episodes.
does it?
So this is our first time seeing the outdoors. Remember we talked about this during the movie, that all of a sudden there's an outdoors to Ernie's place.
Nobody, just girls. This is just so that Bulk and Skull will decide that they want to be junior police officers instead of so this is going to be their arc for the season, or just the situation comedy for the season where they're going to be cops. So first season they're just bullies. We've gone through this before, but for Jeff's benefit, first season they're just bullies. Second season they're trying to find the identity of the Power Rangers, which they've never accomplished and never will. Third season, here they become cops, and fourth season, which is Zeo, they'll be private detectives. And then in Turbo, at least for a while, they turned into monkeys, which is awful.
What was that? What just happened?
And after that, they pal around with a mad scientist. So each season they have a different thing,
which is kind of fun.
Lenny and Squiggy.
Fun for them, at least. Did you see Rito just doing sit-ups in the background? That was hilarious. He was in.
Well, he needs something to do. Like, we don't need him anymore for anything. He's not really making the monsters that much.
Working out to build up his
We've seen these monsters, right?
Yeah, we've seen that flea-looking guy and the octopus guy.
Yeah, no, I think those are all.
Oh, that's the
worst circus actress ever. And you're gonna make me rich,
but not repainted.
If we could get a Bug's Life in every Jeff episode, I'll be happy.
I'm on it.
Metamorphosis.
Grimdad says if Rito is all bone, he has no muscles to work out. That's true. I don't know how he eats either.
Maybe that's an exoskeleton.
Very messy process.
It's funny, we've got similar questions to Rito as we do to Zed, but just a different layer.
Hey, this is we got 2 down for our systems. Remember our systems idea?
Oh, right!
We got the muscular system and the skeletal system.
I forgot all about that. No, that's great. We could be counting like main character relatives, I guess, but we'd have to go back a bit because you got like Kimberly's uncle and
the whole episode where all their parents came.
Yeah, so that would be hard to count.
Wait, have we done that yet?
Have we done what yet?
The one where all their
Yeah, we did the one where the parents got kidnapped. Remember Goldar kidnapped the parents in exchange for the power coins? Or that whole thing?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you know what? You might not have been here for that. What am I talking about? You're not on every episode, but
He's got about 33% of the episodes have Jason.
right. Now with 33% more Jason. Yeah, that's not conspicuous. Nobody's going to notice that all 6 of you are leaning over somebody's watch. They're really lucky that every time they look around to make sure that no one's around, if they beam out or morph or whatever, there never is never are they like, oh, wait, that guy over there. We better not do it now. Let's go over here for a second. Never happens.
It's like running around looking for a phone booth to change in.
Is this?
Yeah, exactly. Never happens.
So are they wondering, like, is this guy just a monster, or is he like a main bad guy with the right? Yeah,
they could be wondering that, but I mean, they're still dealing with Zed and Rita, so the first thing they would think, I'm sure, is he's working for them. But Jeff, so yes, it's true. Fleischer Superman more realistic than Power Rangers.
Oh, we're doing the team
movement with the rotoscoping. I think is sometimes more realistic than Power Rangers.
Did you see we did the double grow thing for the first time?
Yeah, which I love, and we do it all through the season. I don't know why we just now started doing that and what the extra power does. Like, they put their scepters together. It's like, you're not making him any bigger. I've made this point before, but like, he's not getting any taller.
And Zed never even used his thing to make him grow. He used the little bomb thing.
He's just trying to feel important now, DJ.
It's just like, Rita doing it, and he's just holding a stick out.
Yeah, but it's shooting extra energy that does nothing. It's like placebo energy. It's
if they really wanted to combine it. Go ahead.
So she throws her magic staff.
Yep.
She apparently has 2 magic staffs. So she does that with Lord Zed's staff, and he throws a bomb.
Yeah, but he doesn't do that anymore. That's what we're talking about.
It's a White Tiger Thunder Zord black.
It's not. It's got black in it, but it's still got enough white in it to call it white.
We filmed new short Zord calls for the season.
Shadowed somehow.
Yeah, it's weird that anything would be different when we haven't gotten new powers yet. Yeah, like, what is the point of changing anything yet?
Yeah, we shot those Zord calls for like 2 episodes, I guess.
Well, that's dumb. What it sounded like you were going to make a point earlier. Do you remember what it was?
No, it was a joke. So it doesn't matter.
Oh,
it was not a point.
It was going to be a point, but it was on the line,
was
so it was out
joke.
Of
it's not important. Welcome everybody who just came in.
You guys are finished.
Sometimes when Tommy starts laughing, I have to remind myself that in the Sentai, that's a little kid. He's like, I'm like, oh, that's right. He's a little kid.
He's jumping all around.
Yeah. That's why he's doing that. Wow, that shot where he's coming at the camera is great.
Wait a second. It just showed them both on the camera
Why are they in the city?
Same time. But Rito is from season 3 of from the next season of the Sentai. So are we shooting some Megazord stuff?
I don't know. That all still looks like their footage to me. It's in the same film quality, so I don't really understand that.
But Rito is from the Alien Rangers season, and they use the Ninja Zords there. So that's really weird.
Yeah, I never knew that until you mentioned it, so I don't know.
Their things spell Oz.
That's true. That's true. And if they went the other way, it would be foreshadowing because it would spell Z-O.
Z-O go.
And there is a Kamen Rider called Kamen Rider Zo, which is not Z-O. But yeah,
that footage does look a little different.
All of this, well,
it's a little more sparse. Like the backgrounds are. I don't know. I'm interested.
And you're right. Some of it, but here's the thing: it's not entirely consistent inside the Sentai either. Well, like some of their footage is more blurry than some of their other footage.
You stole that from the A-Team.
Rito does steal that line from the A-Team, and I think he says it frequently, and that's kind of a catchphrase for Rito. It is unusual for this show to do pop culture references like that. It doesn't do it very often. And anytime it does, it always makes me think that it was like an improvised line on the day.
Well, I can see them doing it more after Ivan Ooze.
So
that's a good point.
I love it when a plan comes together, when a plan is coming together.
No, because they're the bad guys. That's not allowed to happen.
Because I'm not getting the sense that any plans ever happen here.
Lucas Green asks, do you feel Goldar is pushed back for Rito? Maybe a little bit, but then eventually they end up teaming up together as part of the comic relief for Zeo. So it ends up being kind of a moot point eventually.
Yeah, for a little bit it is.
Other Vulcan Skull when they lose their memory. I'm sorry, what?
For a little bit he is. It's kind of exactly what happened with Zed and Rita. Zed kind of replaced Rita for a little bit. But
I just don't know what to think about that.
About what?
Anyway, sorry about that.
Growing unstable.
Oh, this is how we lose our power.
Oh, they're going to lose their powers again. Great.
Well, no, this is the first time in this continuity.
Didn't they lose their powers the last time I was here?
Well, they lose them, but they always recover them.
They always recover them. They're going to lose them permanently here. They have to go get new powers. That's
not
that's what this arc is about.
Do you remember the
always
plan?
have to do that in the Sentai.
You're right though. That does happen.
In the Sentai, they always have to find stuff.
Evil Congo line.
The computer and destroys the utopia.
Yeah, folks, sorry about that other voice you heard a minute ago. With the rabbit room, if you forget to turn it off, other people can come in and start talking, and I forgot to turn the audio-visual off, so that's why that happened. It's kind of a nice feature if you're just hanging out in the rabbit room, though, that, you can set it so that anybody that comes in, you can talk to each other, but that's the thing I have to remember to turn off. Yeah, DJ, I can't tell where all this footage is coming from.
Into the air.
It's really strange because I know that Megazord is from Die Ranger, and then the Rito and the Alien Ranger stuff is from Kaku Ranger, so it's really weird.
Yeah, when I was a kid and a lot of this footage got better in the third season, I assumed we did shoot some Megazord stuff, but what do I know? Yep, you sure did. That's some great deductive reasoning. That is some wonderful green screen.
They were looking at a TV. It looked like that.
Whoa!
You remember that time, Jason, when we watched a monster fight a Megazord through a screen?
Yes.
Jeff, I wish you'd been here for the stage show, buddy.
Okay, we had to have had Megazord stuff because we're breaking them right now.
Yeah, we must have shot this stuff. Well, that's cool. I would have thought we'd be worse at this than we are. So that's good. Wow, look at that.
That's gruesome.
They have to hold Kimberly back. What was she going to do? Like,
Man,
Kimberly,
Straight into the fire.
it's going to fall on you and you're going to die. You're like, stay back.
Kimberly,
this is weird because
I can stop it from exploding.
I mean, not
by running into it.
exactly this. Like, I think when it happened before, we didn't lose our ability to morph.
no, they just fell down in the pit.
Yeah, in a big pit.
It's to be
But
continued.
that's pretty epic when I was a kid.
Yeah, those shots look straight out of a Transformers movie.
This is giving it too much credit, but you could make the argument the stretching it out with the volleyball thing makes you not realize that it's going to be a big epic thing and important. And so when you get it, you're like, oh, wow, that got huge.
Yeah, well, they threw you off the set with that goofiness.
Yeah, exactly. They throw you off. And with Rito, too.
And we're right back to the goofiness here with
It's
Zed.
just more comic
Now
relief.
we're doing the dance of evil.
Yeah, now the question is that a deleted scene or is that bloopers? Because they like to put bloopers in through the season, but sometimes I think they're like, deleted things.
The stinger they wanted to leave you with.
But that doesn't watch like a stinger. That watches like a thing they meant to put in the episode, but they didn't have room for it.
But
Yeah.
it hurts like a stinger.
Sure, but any more than anything else
Did you
just
see
watched?
Zed? He was like,
Well, that's fair.
What, you're gonna make fun of his the facial expression that's permanently glued to his face?
no. He's like,
I was going to make fun of him not having skin, but I guess that's already been covered.
All right. So let's get to the second part.
Right,
Oh, Ninja. That's awesome.
That is the worst Ninja impression.
What about this one? Ninja episode.
I mean, it sounds like you're at least attempting that character.
Ninja episode.
Because Ninja has a Marvin Martian voice. But anyway, okay, let's get to the next show. Here we go. So second part today, and then 3 and 4 tomorrow. Here we go, everybody. Everybody, please press play right now.
Oh snap!
Oh, clap.
Back to action.
Back to action.
Like that.
That's true. Except it didn't have a Z on it.
True. Should have had a big J.
DJ, I forget, does Ninja wind up in the intro? I think he does.
He should once we get to him. I would hope so.
Yeah. But we don't actually see him as often as I thought we would when this was on. When this first started. I should mention, this is the season where I was religiously watching the show. I saw some season 2 and was big enough into the show that the movie was a big deal to me. And then after that, this was like must season. And DJ and I talk about the Alien Rangers all the time and how much we both like them. But like, that's my favorite. That was when I was growing up, always my favorite part of this. But all the way through season 3, this was my season.
Which is really interesting because I don't know if I ever saw any of this season. I don't know how I would have because I didn't have any of the VHS tapes. All the VHS tapes I had were from season 1 and 2. So
you like Alien Rangers from watching it later on just what, Netflix or something? Or
I don't know. I must have seen it at some point because I didn't watch it till Netflix. I mean, I was like 20 something when Netflix finally got it.
Right.
I did get a bootleg DVD at some point.
Acting
for the I don't know. I don't know where my love for this season comes from. It might just be.
Tommy's got this look on his face. Yeah, Tommy's got this look on his face that says, "I've been through this way more than any of the rest of you guys."
What about the flying car?
What about the flying car? Well, we'll never see that again. The rad bug is done.
Really?
Yeah, but also they'd be pretty far away from Billy's laboratory, I'd think. It's not like they have a remote control that can point
Also,
it to
how
them.
did they get to the city from the forest? Like, because
Well, they're
the
just standing in front of the
fight
doors.
and then there's city.
Well, we like to play fast and loose with locations behind Megazord fights.
Yeah, Angel Grove is really a really intermingled city. They have trees and buildings like right on top of each other.
So, DJ, is this too easy to you that Rito shows up and already we've lost the Megazords we've had for like a season? And
yeah, this really puts Rito like above Zed pretty far.
Yeah, and he's just a goofball. And remember how incompetent he's going to be later when he tries to blow up the command center. Like, this guy can't do anything except for right now.
Well, that's par for the course. Zed was really awesome when he came in, and then he just slowly degenerated into...
We do still have yet to see Zed in the command center. We is that this episode or is that later?
I don't know. Does that happen?
Oh yeah. We still have yet to see the coolest thing Zed does.
I know they will all get giant.
It's been taken away and he's not allowed to be scary anymore.
I know towards the end of the season they all get giant, and it's really weird.
Yes, and that's ridiculous. We do Gigantify the Rangers, which makes you wonder why we never do that regularly. Why do you even need Megazords if you can do that? Like, oh, the monster got huge. I know. Make us grow.
Well, it's starting to sound like something out of Candide.
So now they got to go find the ninja power like we just watched them do a couple shows ago, DJ. Except the movie, for whatever reason, was made out of continuity.
I thought it was made out of something entirely different.
That's true.
And
I won't say the word.
The production value is really good in that movie.
most of them.
Most of it, yeah. Some of that is limitations of the time.
Yes. But some of that is poor choices. So we have a traditional printed out treasure map with an X on it.
Yeah, but it didn't print out. Alpha just put his hand out and it appeared.
Oh, weird.
Like they
That's cool.
Rest the film.
Yeah, so this thing that they're doing right now is going to be all over the intro later.
This thing is from the movie. This is how they revived Zordon.
Yep, that's right.
I wonder.
They've never done this before. They've never been in the stance before.
Friendly, come to us.
Yep.
I wonder what the conversations were like. How much we need to include from the movie when they were making this.
Yeah, like it's an odd choice, right? Where you're like, well, we just made this movie, but it doesn't count in the continuity. And so what we'll do is we'll make a longer thing in 4 episodes that does essentially what the movie did. And we want to include as much stuff from it as we can because it was popular with the fans. So we want to show them exactly what they just saw, like a couple of months later.
It's really weird that we didn't just do a clip show like we will do exactly later with Turbo.
Well, it's not, though, because they didn't do that because they couldn't match it, right?
Well, the ninja suits are the same ninja suits.
Well, yeah, but the actual costumes aren't. Like, the suits aren't.
Well, we didn't have to show that part. Like, just use the clips that we want to use. Like,
well, that's true, but even the mid-morph suits are different enough because these are going to cover the whole face, and I mean, like, there's different, enough of a difference. And then, like, you couldn't show anything from the command center because Zordon and Alpha look different, and like, I don't know how they would have shown anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they just showed the stuff on Phaedos, I think it would have been okay. And then filled it in with Zordon and Alpha stuff from here.
No, I'm with you. Sorry, what?
This is where they meet the guy who does the sound effects.
Sure.
Wait, is this Stern? No, this isn't Stern.
That's not his name. It's I can't think of it now because you said that, but that's not his name.
Okay. Stone.
There you go. No, Stern is the police chief in the first Ninja Turtles film.
Yeah.
That's who that is.
He should have. I would have loved to see him interact with Bulk Skull.
That would be hilarious.
Like what he just wrote on that pad. 2 complete dipwads have just come through the gate.
But what's weird is you're going to see later on a lot of these guys graduate. The Bulk and Skull will be the only junior cops you ever see in Angel Grove.
They all got.
And if you think about it, you never see regular cops either.
Well, they all got sent to other cities because this one's covered.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They only need these 2 and Stone. All right.
Well, they commissioned Bulk and Skull for here because we don't need cops because we have the Power Rangers. So they're like, they can't do any harm in Angel Grove. We'll stick them there.
Except the Power Rangers don't solve normal person crimes.
They should. There should be a couple episodes where just peppered in where they're stopping like taggers.
They do that in the comics some.
Once these 2 guys join the police force,
not taggers specifically.
Left.
Yeah.
But there was no one else left in this town to do anything bad. So the police become unnecessary.
Wait, you're saying Bulk and Skull were the criminals?
Yeah.
They never did anything illegal. They were just school bullies.
They tried.
Okay, but that means that we didn't need cops before that either.
Now we need them even less.
Okay.
So
you're saying that if they hadn't gone this direction, they would have grown up and been the criminals. But Angel Grove didn't have criminals before this anyway. Wow, it's weird that Zed and Rita decided to go for the one town in America with 0 crime.
Yeah. I wanted to be somewhere where they felt like there was space for them.
Okay, they went to an underserved town. Yeah.
Yeah, basic supply and demand. They saw a need and they fulfilled it.
See a need, fill a need.
They're like, there's not nearly enough giant monsters in this town. We're going to fill that need.
That hat thing she wears.
That's her hair. That's not a hat.
It looks like it's supposed to be made of hair, and yet it's so obviously separable from her head.
I mean, that's just, the Japanese show. Like that's what they made. So that's what we're making.
He looks like a who.
So I don't know why we changed that name, DJ.
Tengu? Tenga?
Yeah, I don't know why we went from Tengu to Tenga. I don't understand that.
Tengu is too scary for the kids.
It was too scary. And then it's just going to be called Tangas from now on.
Well, I needed the masks with the nose. And
I'm positive it's not a mistake. I think that was a deliberate choice for some reason.
Of course, if they stayed with Tengu, then the crows would make sense. They are.
I don't understand that, but
Japanese mythology.
Well, yeah, and that's yeah. So again, why do they change it?
Oh, that's right.
I don't think you can learn how to fly straight from the ground.
So the Watch the Tenga song
a wonderful thing.
is really irritating. It will get stuck in your head for days, and you'll just want to drill a hole through your face trying to get rid of it. I don't know if that's a Wasserman song or not. I don't think it is. I'm not sure, but I don't like it.
You don't want to believe that it is.
I don't want to believe that Wasserman wrote that. And the annoying thing about it is it's too short of a loop. It's like just 2 bars. Watch that tank, and it just keeps going over and over and over again. I just want to slap myself in the face.
And it's unfortunate because some of my favorite fight scenes are in this season, and that's the song that plays all the time when they fight the Tengas.
Yeah.
We're going to see one of my favorites here. The first ninja fight they do is really good. And we see that they have a bunch of powers that they don't use very much. They like Adam grows really huge, and like they make duplicates of themselves.
Specific powers this season.
Yeah.
Lucas Green gives us a £5 super chat. People are against Rita and Zed, but to be fair, they're better together as they cause more damage than them by themselves. I mean, I think they're just fun because they just do a lot of silly things with them. I don't think they're better because they cause more damage. Like that's always really ambiguous. Where it's just, and now we have 1 million monsters, and now we have 1 monster. But I don't know. If we had to make Zed less scary and take his teeth away, I guess this was the direction to go. Where we just bring her back and we kind of again make them another Bulk and Skull in a way.
Sure he ever had teeth.
If you got to go, if you got to go stupid, you might as well go all the way with it, DJ.
Steer into the skid.
Got to go full stupid with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Did you see when Zed was like nodding, his spine came up in the back? Came off the suit and looked like a ponytail?
Well, we had that problem a lot with that suit.
Pretty sure that was not supposed to happen.
It's just falling apart all the time. No, that was deliberate. So it's really funny when we do this. Very often we go to another planet. It's Vasquez Rock. And so they really should be like, oh, this looks like conveniently right outside the command center. Because it looks exactly like the place they are all the time.
They can jump and fly through the air and stuff.
Yeah, there were
walking a long way really wipes them out.
There were rocks that are always next to the command center.
Yeah, that's Vasquez Rock. DJ, here's an idea. Wouldn't it have been nice if we had the forethought and if we'd been able to schedule this right, where instead of when we were in Australia shooting the last couple of episodes of the last season, we shot this stuff.
Yeah.
So that in their off time, when they were shooting those other episodes, they could have this alien planet be like Phaedos and look a little alien, at least look different from what they usually are looking at.
Yeah, find some Australian rocks to walk around on.
Yeah, or just use
Like
the same,
rock.
or just use exactly the same area.
Sorry about that. Apparently I'm allergic to
Vasquez Rock.
Wow.
Well, that's like a
it's not
legitimate
Mario
problem.
Yeah.
It's lightning sand.
Form a chain.
That
Pretty
makes
soon they're going to have to fight the rodents of unusual size.
this is the most specific the stakes get, really, in Power Rangers, because usually it's just I got hit a bunch of times and my energy is weakening.
Yeah, she almost...
Quickstand's a good one. Well, I guess there are other things where, like, we switch bodies or we get like a giant thing on our head. I guess things like that happen, but it's usually in costume.
Well, no journey with a treasure map is complete unless you run into quicksand at least once.
Okay, no, Billy, your line is we're going in circles.
Do we need to see every single shot person looking at the mountain?
Yeah, it's like having to watch every person walk off frame.
We're all looking up at the thing. We're all looking up at the thing.
I did remember...
For caves or crevices indicating...
He just said, look for caves or crevices. That would indicate an opening. Isn't a cave or crevice an opening?
Yeah. I do remember watching this when I was a kid and thinking...
And the thing signified.
Okay, so they're just doing the movie again, but it's like a lot less epic with a lot less production value.
We had to cut out the dead Minotaur. Because that was too gruesome.
Oh, okay. I just think... I think it's more that we're cheap than we can't do things that are as violent as the movie, and we're just not going to be as creative with it.
So are the Tangas the same suits? I don't know. They might be.
I think maybe they are. They look really similar.
They don't have a Z. I don't know where to punch them.
Yeah, they're more powerful than the putties just because we can't immediately make them disappear by pressing.
I don't know if they ever die. I think they just fly away every time.
Don't they disappear in feathers sometimes like they do in the movie, or am I wrong about that? Or do they just fly away every time?
Because we don't have more to hatch, so...
Oh, that's a good point.
Like all we have.
It's not a thing that Finster can make. Also, I don't think we see them fly as much later after this. At least in a fight.
Yeah, maybe not. They might not have the budget.
But maybe I'm wrong.
They could do this. This is just a camera move.
Hey,
look, I found an opening!
It's a crevice.
Now, I will say, immediately more action and a little bit more going on than when we go to Phaedos.
Everybody, get in this crack!
And if you look up, you can see the command center just this way.
They're too big.
I wonder if that silly crow will remember he can fly.
No, cinematographic. Aisha's going to switch places with Tanya actually at the end of the season. We got to wait till we get to Alien Rangers when they turn into kids again. Yeah, they're going to turn into kids again.
Parting the Red Sea.
But on a much less grand scale.
Parting the Red Rocks.
Oh, a ghost! Ah, it's a ghost!
We turn towards them.
Rocky. Were we supposed to... Did the Rangers even know that Ghost just flew by them?
No, I'm really not sure what the point of that was.
They seem pretty unfazed.
Kimberly is not going to be happy when she finds out that that's what you're going to be fighting instead of putties for the next, 40 episodes.
But that's a pretty unique for the foot soldiers that they don't die there's just a set of them.
That's a really good point.
She should be grateful they're fighting crows and not Tom Servo.
But it would have been really funny if throughout the season we lost one occasionally and we just got down to 2 henchmen.
There's just 2 left.
Is it kind of stupid? I mean, I guess for Power Rangers, this isn't the dumbest thing in the world, but is it kind of stupid that they've already changed the status quo, at least just in that they're using different minions or different foot soldiers when we're about to get powers? So it's like, we're going to replace the putties with the crows, and we're not going to bring the putties back. We're just going to keep using the crows because I guess we're going for a different aesthetic this season.
Yeah, why do we never use the putties?
We should mix and match them.
Costumes.
Yeah. We have the costumes. They're just gray.
Not anymore. The Zed suit, it's falling apart.
Well, that's because he doesn't have any skin.
No, but I mean that suit. It's that there are places where you see duct tape, and you see duct tape on a staff in a place.
Maybe he's a refugee from a Doctor Who episode.
Oh, this makes Doctor Who look like Star Trek, man.
Was he just getting
early Doctor Who? every time we do this in Power Rangers, spoiler alert, there's never danger. There's never stakes on the other side. It's always, oh my God, where's it gonna lead to? Oh no! And then there's like a benevolent person on the other side to like teach us something or give us new powers every time. Sometimes we leads us to a new command center.
That's how you get onto the platform 9 and 3 quarters.
Right.
It's a legitimate cliffhanger.
Nobody get too excited because it's not going to lead to any danger. It leads to this guy.
Spoiler
alert.
So now we're just watching Tangas jump around in fast motion because when you speed up footage, Jeff, it's always funny.
Yeah, we're taking all the heat out of these guys right away.
I don't know if you knew that, but it's just an objective fact that if you speed up footage, everybody laughs. Roll snare drum.
Well, you have to play Benihana.
I always forget what the 7th Amendment is.
Anyway, so that's our show for today. That's
our cue for ending the show.
Those are our first 2 episodes of the Ninja Quest. We're going to do 3 and 4 tomorrow. If you're watching live, stick with us. In just a few minutes, we'll be back with the next one, and everybody else will see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will be right back in just a little bit, everybody. I'm Captain Logan. There's Jeff.
I am the Jeff.
There's Jason.
There was me. That was me.
It was me.
Thanks for being here, DJ.
Always a pleasure.
Bye, folks.